We begin today with the battle over abortion front and center at the Alabama State Capitol. The House Health Committee passed a bill following a public hearing that would make performing an abortion a felony. And CBN's Caitlin Burke joins us now with more. Caitlin, talk about the idea behind this pro-life bill.
Right. So, Heather, we keep reporting on new legislation aimed at limiting abortion coming from several states like Indiana, Texas, North Carolina, and now Alabama, where the proposed law would ban almost all abortions there. If passed, performing or attempting to perform an abortion would be a felony, with the only exception for saving the life of the mother. It now goes on to the House floor for a full vote. Now, pro-life advocates there and in other states say the goal is for lawmakers on the state level to keep churning out measure after measure so that some of the cases will end up getting appealed all the way to the U.S. Supreme Court. That would affect the entire country. And an Indiana law dealing with civil rights for the unborn could be the case that pro-lifers have been waiting for if the Supreme Court decides to take it up.
Indiana is actually the only state that's passed a law that protects unborn children based upon their civil rights, that prohibits abortion based upon a child's color of the skin, sex, national origin, disability, or Down syndrome. So the court has never addressed the civil rights of unborn children before.
Now, there are several other pro-life state measures from Indiana alone that are waiting to see if they'll be taken up by the Supreme Court, and we will keep you posted on this bill in Alabama.
A lot of possibilities. Thanks, Caitlin. Well, right now, Lisa Hogan with Save a Life of Alabama joins us, and she is the executive director of their pro-life pregnancy test centers across the state. Welcome, Lisa.
Well, thank you. It's good to be here.
Tell us about this hearing today. It sounds like there was a lot of interest from both sides in this bill.
There was. It was very well attended. The committee meeting was very well attended. From what I understand, several proponents and opponents of the bill had an opportunity to give emotional testimony. But thankfully, the committee passed the bill, and it'll go on to the floor now.
All right, and what do you think are the chances of this passing? This is really a very different kind of bill, calling abortion a felony.
Yeah, I think it will eventually pass through here. Of course, now the reality is it may get held up by the ACLU or some other, because it'll be an embattled bill, of course. But the good news is it sets us up to be able to go back to the Supreme Court eventually and maybe eventually overturn Roe v. Wade.
Now, talk a little bit about that strategy, because there's a number of laws out there, bills, as we were just discussing, that could potentially make it up to the Supreme Court. What might be the hope behind this bill to make it all the way up to the Supreme Court?
Because it is such a, it is all-encompassing. It is a felony. It becomes a felony to take the life of the child. And, of course, last fall, Alabama voted on Amendment 2, which upheld the sanctity of human life and upheld the rights of the unborn child. So that kind of set the precedent for this bill to be introduced. There's actually a young man in Huntsville that is suing because he did not have a decision in the, a choice in the abortion decision that his girlfriend made. So, you know, that all of these things are coming out just to make the issue of life even more obvious to people who seem to think that the pro-choice side or the pro-abortion side is the only way to go, that women are only interested in that.
Yeah, it's really interesting, all the action at the state level right now. How would you characterize the pro-life movement in Alabama at this point in time?
We are a very pro-life friendly state, thank goodness. We have some pretty strict abortion laws already. There's a 24-hour waiting period between counseling, and an ultrasound is a must, even though they're not required to look at the ultrasound. It is a must prior to the abortion. We only have 4 operating clinics in the state of Alabama, abortion clinics in the state of Alabama right now. So we're a very, very friendly state when it comes to the pro-life issue.
Yeah, and Lisa, I know a lot of critics would say you want to save babies, but you don't want to help their mothers. Tell us a little bit about your services.
That nothing could be further from the truth. Our job here is to meet clients, mothers and dads for that matter, right where they are. We want them to know they're in a safe place. We're not judging them for anything. We provide all of the services and programs we do to help them. Our goal is to help them to make an informed decision. We're not going to tell them what to do. We're not here to do that. We're just here to give them all of the options that are available to them, with the understanding that whatever you decide, you're more than welcome to come back here. And then we supplement that with educational programs. We have free STD testing for both men and women. We can offer initial prenatal visits at our center here. I mean, there's just a lot of options because we genuinely care about the health of the mom first. And then if we make an impact there, yeah, we very well can save the life of a child along the way.
All right, well, Lisa Hogan with Save a Life, a lot going in Alabama right now. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.